Hello and welcome to the classic Hollywood movie you should know. This week the movie is from 1954, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, starring Kirk Douglas, James Mason, Paul Lukas, and Peter Lorre, produced by Walt Disney. Now the story of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, it's based on a Jules Verne novel. Jules Verne, of course, one of the most popular writers of the 19th century. The story is that there's some sort of animal, they think it's a whale, that is destroying shipping. And so this amazing harpooner named Ned Land, played by Kirk Douglas, gets involved in sort of trying to hunt it down. And because people aren't sure what this animal is, there's Professor Pierre Aronnax, who's played by Paul Lukas, and his assistant named Conseil, who's played by Peter Lorre. They join this expedition to kill the monster. Of course, it ends up not being a monster. It is a submarine that is run by Captain Nemo. Now, the importance of this movie, this really is the film that established the Disney Studios as a force in live-action films. They made Treasure Island in 1950, which was a hit, but it was more tailored to like family audiences. Almost, it got viewed almost as a kids' movie. And there also really weren't any big stars in it. They did a few other movies after Treasure Island. They did a Robin Hood. They did a film called The Sword and the Rose. They did a Rob Roy movie. And they were all made using British stars, as I almost feel like as a practice run for what became 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Because Disney finally booked Hollywood stars. Kirk Douglas is one of the biggest stars of 1954. James Mason, huge star. The same year he was in A Star is Born with Judy Garland. Paul Lukas, Peter Lorre. Peter Lorre had been around since the 20s. Peter Lorre, a fabulous supporting actor, character actor. So Disney got this incredible cast. He got the story, 20,000 Leagues, the Jules Verne story, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and he spent $9 million making this movie. At the time, that was a record on production. The $9 million record only lasted 2 years. It was beaten in 1956 by the Ten Commandments. But at the time, it was the most money ever spent on the production of a film. And it was the second most successful film of the year, just edged out by White Christmas. Since its release, remember, it cost $9 million to make, it has grossed upwards of $28 million. This is a huge, huge hit for Walt Disney. And it really cemented his place in the vanguard of live-action movies. And throughout the 50s and the 60s, they made some great, great films. And Walt Disney knew sort of what was owed to this movie. In Disneyland, in Walt Disney World, they initially had rides based on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, where you would get in a submarine and you'd get attacked by a giant squid. They've since gotten rid of them because I feel like this movie's been somewhat forgotten. But I can remember going on those rides as a kid and seeing this movie as a kid, and it blew my mind. Now, a couple little things for you, a couple little trivia. Kirk Douglas, when he first read the script, he was known for being this suave sort of ladies' man in movies and in life. He didn't want to do the film unless they added the scene in the beginning where he's walking down the street with the two ladies on his arm. That was requested personally by Kirk Douglas. And another thing, there is evidently a prequel in the works entitled Captain Nemo that Disney's in the process of making. So do yourself a favor, check out 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea from 1954. It is a great action adventure story, and it is this week's classic Hollywood movie you should know. I'm Nate Washburn. Keep watching.